Good evening, class.
Good evening, ma'am.
So, this is our third meeting for this quarter. Again, just in case you forgot my name, I am Ma'am Mary Ann Mangahas, and you can call me Ma'am Mangahas, and I am your English teacher. So, before we begin, let's have a system check first. Can you hear and see me properly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's great. So, how is everybody? How's your day going?
Doing good, ma'am.
We're fine.
Okay, that's nice to hear. So, let me just remind everybody to maximize our meeting start wax in case your microphones are malfunctioning. That'll be counted as your recitation or participation as well. Clear?
Noted,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, so class secretary, please check the attendance and together with a screenshot, send it to my email after the class. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Noted.
So, let us begin by knowing what are our objectives for today. Okay. So, can anyone please read our objectives? Any volunteer? Celine?
Okay, ma'am. By the end of our lesson for today, you should be able to distinguish the two main forms of simple future tense, identify when to properly use will and going to in a sentence, explain the importance of knowing the difference of will and going to, and make an infographic about the proper usage of will and going to.
Yeah, that's it. So, thank you so much, Celine. So, next, let's have a little Q&A portion here. So, what are your plans for the weekends? You go first, Denise.
I have to clean my room because it's a little bit messy now. I have to take my pet to the vet.
So, what kind of pet do you have?
A cat, ma'am.
Okay. So, that's a cute name, actually. So, how about you, Celine? What are your plans for the weekends?
I have to go to La Union this weekend together with my family to try surfing there.
Oh, that sounds so fun. I miss surfing too. So, I hope you enjoy your getaway. Now, I have here a conversation of Mike and May. Let's find out what are their plans. Okay. Can you see it now? Can you see the conversation on the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any volunteer who'd like to read it? Okay. Let's have you, Denise, as May, and you, Zaylene, as Mike. Is that all right?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Go ahead.
Mike, what are you going today? Will you come over to my house to play Sungka with me?
I'm afraid I can't, May. I'm going to my grandparents' place a little later, but I will come tomorrow if that's okay.
Oh no, tomorrow I'm going on a short trip with my family and some relatives. I think we will be back on Sunday evening, so we probably won't have time to meet. How about next week?
Well, I'm going to have a very busy week. On Monday, I'm going to the dentist and maybe I will not feel good after that. On Tuesday, I have to study for my math test. I'm going to stay at the home and study hard. On Wednesday, I'm going to help mom with the laundry. On Thursday, I'm going to get my hair cut in the afternoon. On Friday, I am going shopping with my dad for my mom's birthday party. It's going to be a backyard party. It's on Saturday, remember?
Yeah, I remember. She will be 40, right? Luckily, your mom's birthday is not today. Look at those black clouds. It's going to rain really hard.
Yes, exactly. Are you coming?
Of course, I am. Let me know if there's anything I can help with you.
Okay, thanks. I will let you know.
End of the conversation. Thank you so much for reading it for me. Now, class, what did you notice about the conversation, about the text that you just have read? Any insights? How about you, Denise? What did you notice?
The two people in the conversation talk about their future plans, ma'am.
Yes, that's correct. So, our lesson for today is basically about the future. The simple present tense and its two main forms, which are will and going to. So, will talks about the future, going to talks about the future as well. So, today we're gonna know what are the difference between will and going to, despite the fact that they both talk about the future. So, before we officially start our lesson, let me just elaborate that we use will and going to indicate future. So there is no big issue at all if you make a mistake. However, we are going to discuss this lesson today so that you can properly use each without misstating what you meant to say. Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So notice how the word going to was used in the conversation. Just okay. Okay. Can you see the conversation again?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, what do you notice about the use of going to in the conversation? Can you give me one example of the sentence which uses going to?
I volunteer, ma'am.
Go ahead, Sadie.
I'm afraid I can't, May. I'm going to my grandparents' place a little later.
All right. That example is correct. Now, going to express future plans decided before the moment of speaking. And let's take your example, such as I'm going to my grandparents' place a little later. Mike has already planned to visit his grandparents before talking to May or before their conversation has even started. Hence, he can go to May's house to play sungka because he has a planned arrangement already. So let's have another example. Please give me one from the text. Yes, Denise?
Oh no, tomorrow I'm going to a short trip with my family and some relatives.
Oh no? Tomorrow I am going to a short trip with my family and some relatives. May basically used going to on her response because, again, the short trip was a prior plan, meaning to say her family had planned it out before even May started conversing with Mike. Can you follow, class?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, let us move on. So, additionally, we also use going to when we express a prediction based on present evidence. So, can you give me a going to sentence that proves this? Anyone?
Ma'am,
Okay, who's that?
Celine,
Lady. Okay, go ahead.
look at those black clouds. It's going to rain really hard.
Okay, so we know for a fact that black clouds, or dark clouds rather, brings rain. Basically, the black clouds are the evidence, and hence it is a fact that it's going to rain. Very good, Celine. Now let's have another item. We use going to express that something is about to happen. So, wait, let me go back to the conversation. There you go. Can you give me an example that proves that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to have a very busy week.
Okay. So, what made you think that it is something that is about to happen? Denise, let me repeat my question. What made you think that it is something that is going to happen or that is about to happen?
Because later on the conversation, Mike mentioned his planned activities for the week, such as On Monday, he's going to the dentist. On Tuesday, he's going to stay at the home and study hard. On Wednesday, he's going to help his mom with the laundry. On Thursday, he's going to get his hair cut. And on Friday, he is going shopping with his dad for his mom's birthday party.
Okay, that's very good, Denise. Thank you so much for that response. Now let us move on to the next form, which is will. But before that, do you have any queries, questions, inquiries, clarification? Feel free to
None
ask.
so
Sure, ma'am.
Okay, that's good. So since you don't have any questions, let us move on to the next form. So, model auxiliary verb will express future actions decided at the moment of speaking. So, meaning to say, it pertains to rapid, immediate, fast, and quick decisions. And with that, can you please give me an example from the text?
Yes, ma'am.
Oops. Wait, let me just go back to. Oops. There you go.
I think we will be back on Sunday evening, so we probably won't have time to meet.
Alright, so the conversation is, oh no, tomorrow I am going on a short trip with my family and some relatives. I think we will be back on Sunday evening, so we probably won't have time to meet. How about next week? Okay, so in this sentence, the fact that May and Mike will not meet is the action decided at the moment of speaking. So for instance, because before the conversation, they don't have the agreement yet. They don't have the plan to meet to play sungka, aren't they? Can you
Yes,
class
ma'am.
get the point?
Yes, ma'am.
yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the response. So next, will is used when we make predictions based on personal opinion or experience. Let me go back to it. On Monday, I'm going to the dentist and maybe I will not feel good after that. That was Mike speaking. So, why do you think Mike will use will instead of going to when he said that he will not feel good after going there? I mean, to the dentist appointment. Can anyone answer that? Yes,
Um,
Denise. Yes, Denise.
because maybe based on his experience, once he had a dentist appointment, the area that was treated by the dentist would remain swollen for days after the extraction.
Right, that's correct. So it's indeed a personal opinion and an experience. So Mike is right for using will instead of going to. Okay, let us move on to the third item. So will is used when we express future facts. So let's take this part of the conversation for example. Wait, let me go back to the conversation. So Mike, on Friday, I am going shopping with my dad for my mom's birthday. It's going to be a backyard party. It's on Saturday, remember? Then May answered, yeah, I remember. She will be 40, right? So Mike's mom will celebrate her birthday on Saturday. So obviously, May is correct for using will instead of going to when she said, yeah, I remember. She will be 40. So automatically, since it's a birthday, it's a guarantee that it's a fact. We can move birthdays, right? Right, class? So it's because it's a date and it is celebrated or happens annually, so there's no way that it won't happen. So do you understand now why we use will when we express future facts?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so on the onset of our lesson earlier, I asked you what are your plans for the weekends. So let's see if you really learned our lesson for today. So I will ask you the same questions and I want you to answer me with the same response you gave me earlier, but now using the proper forms. How about you go first, Denise? What are your plans for the weekends?
Okay, ma'am. I'm going to clean my room because it's a little bit messy now. Also, I'm going to take my pet to vet.
Okay, that's very grammatically hygienic, Denise. Thank you so much. How about you, Denise? What are your plans for the weekends?
Um, I'm going to La Union this weekend together with my family. If we can, we will try surfing there.
Okay, very good class. It seems like you really grasp what we have just discussed. So, do you have any queries, questions, clarifications? Feel free to ask me before we move on to our practice.
None so far, ma'am.
Are you sure? No questions? Okay, let's move on to our practice then. So, I have here four items. Who would like to go first? Read the questions and then I want you to answer it. Would like to go first?
I volunteer, ma'am.
Go ahead, Sadine. Thank you.
The phone is ringing. I blank answer it. The correct answer is will. I will answer it.
Very good, Celine. That's correct. Who would like to go next?
Ma'am,
Oh, go ahead, Denise.
what is your plan for today? I blank watch a movie. The correct answer is going to. I am going to watch a movie.
Yes, right. Because it's a prior plan, right? So, who would like to answer the item number three?
I volunteer, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Are you doing anything this summer? I blank get married. The correct answer is going to. I'm going to get married.
Yeah, of course, it can't be a rapid decisions kind of decision. I mean, so for the fourth item, who would like to answer it?
Ma'am, I'll answer it.
Go ahead.
I need someone to clean the pool. I blank do it. The correct answer is will. I will do it.
Okay, thank you so much. It seems like you really understand our lesson. So for our generalization, my question is, why do you think it is important to know when to properly use will and going to in a sentence? Who would like to answer that? Any volunteer?
Ma'am,
I think it's Zaydian. Go ahead.
I think it's important to know how to use will and going to because both expressions can be used to talk about the future. But we use them differently and it depends on what we want to say. So sometimes our sentence could be grammatically correct, but the meaning is not what we truly want to express.
Very good. That's a very nice insight. You literally just sum up the lesson that we discussed. Thank you so much for that, Aileen. So let us move on now to your evaluation. So I want you to I believe that your ICT teacher already informed you that this would be an integrated activity, right? So using Canva, which I assume that you are familiar with because it's your ICT lesson, I want you to create an infographic about the proper usage of will and going to. So here's the rubrics for grading. 20% goes to the design, 30% for content, 20% for clarity, and 15% for representation. So that is total of 100%. So that activity will be passed after 25 minutes. Do you have any questions?
None,
None,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, if you don't have any questions, then your 25 minutes starts now. Okay, hope you're already done because your 25 minutes is now over. So I created a bean in our Google Classroom. I want you to please attach your activities there. So that's it for today, and I'd like to end this lesson with the quotation that I found on the internet. So it says that attractiveness of correct grammar cannot be overstated. So with that, let's call it a night. We're done. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good night.